In this video, we're going to talk about where to input your 1099-S information. We're seeing a lot of those these days, and so I'm going to show you the proper way to input your 1099-S. That's going to be a capital gain or loss. So we're going to go to the income screen, come down your capital gain, and put that on a Schedule D, and begin. And then capital gains and loss items, begin. So description of property, this could be a house and land. In most cases that's what it is, so we're just going to put that house and land there. And they want to know the date you acquired this property. So in some cases it's your personal residence, in other cases it's you inherited this property and now you're selling it. So you got to put the date that you inherited the property or the date you acquired the property. For this purpose, we'll say you inherited the property through a will, and now you've sold it. So we're going to say you inherited April the 5th of, let's just say 2010. So you've owned it for a while, and the date you sold it, of course, was sometime last year. And now the sales price. Let's say you inherited this property and you sold it for $200,000. So that's your sales price. Now your cost basis, you would not have received a 1099-B because it's not stock. So simply click did not receive for 1099-B. Your cost option is this. Now if you inherited this property, you didn't pay anything for it, but your basis is what the value of that property is at the time you inherited it. So it's important that you tell your customer, or you ask your customer to get the value of that home at the time they inherited it. Most people don't think that when they inherit property they probably need to go get it appraised, so you end up using the tax appraisal for that year. So you will need that information from the value of it if it's inherited. So we're going to say that at that time it was $150,000. Any adjustments here would go here. In some cases you do have adjustments just because of handling the will, handling the sale. You may have $10,000 in expenses. You may have done some repairs to the house to get it ready to sell. So we're going to say that you've got $10,000 in adjustments there, and then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have to show that as a minus $10,000, and you do. It says enter a negative sign before the number if it's a loss. So and then down here I think there's a box we need to check. Form 1099-B or 1099-S with selling expenses or options were not reflected on the form. So we do want to check that box. Anytime you put an amount here, you have to check at least one of these boxes here. So there you go, we're showing that, and that'll show him a $40,000 gain. He sold it for $200,000. The value was $150,000, but he had $10,000 in expenses, so he will pay taxes on $40,000. So you hit continue, and then you hit continue again, and you have officially put in a 1099-S. And then back to the income screen.